All right, one of my all-time favorite desserts, Brownie Sundae. We have 5 rounds today, and we're working in more of a timed set and rest structure today. So we've got 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of recovery in each of these movements. And remember, we're doing 5 total rounds. We're doing some squats, some bent over rows, alternating reverse lunges, curl to overhead press, and we're wrapping up each round with some jump rope. Now, the fun thing that we're incorporating into this workout is we are using a gallon jug or two, or if you have dumbbells, or if either of those are too challenging or you don't have access to dumbbells, you can always use some soup cans right out of the kitchen cupboard or some other kind of household item that you have that you can use for weight as well. Either way, we're going to work through that 45-second working set, working nice and quickly through those 15-second recoveries. All right, we're starting nice and simple here with some squats. Again, we're adding resistance, holding those gallon jugs. So you can see Caitlin right now, she's got those gallon jugs up in that front rack position. So a little bit of the weight's resting on the shoulders. She's got those handles in her hands, using that elbows up as a good postural tool to keep that chest high. Now we're sending those hips back and down, and our goal is to try to get those hips or those thighs parallel to the ground. If not, try to go as low as you can. You can always use a chair, ottoman, or a coffee table for a little bit of a depth gauge if you need it. But again, we're looking for 45 seconds, nice and consistently working through these squats, always ensuring we keep the weight in those heels and give that butt a really hard squeeze on the way out of that low position. All right, now we are going to work that upper back and mid back with a gallon jug row. So essentially we're grabbing the handles of the gallon jugs, we're kind of leaning into that position where we've got that nice flat back, we've got the hips pushed back almost as if we were doing a deadlift. Now we're gonna hold that position and we're gonna work our elbows straight back, ensuring we keep them close to your side. We don't want any chicken wings here, we wanna keep those elbows tucked, and as the elbows get back, we're working on squeezing our shoulder blades together. That's the most important part of this movement, is ensuring we really squeeze those shoulder blades as tight as you can as those elbows get to that back position. Okay, we are going up into that front rack position again, and we're going to alternate into a reverse lunge here. So just as we've done in the past, we want to keep the weight in that front heel, and as we reach that other foot back, it's really just to the toes and the ball of the foot, a little bit of a light touch with that back foot for balance and stability, and then driving through the planted heel as you come up to the top. So we alternate each time. We can also make sure if it's a little too challenging to keep that upright kind of front rack position, we can always bring them down to your side like Caitlin just did. So that's going to take a little bit of tension off the shoulders, a little bit of tension off that postural muscle, but it's also going to still add that resistance to the legs, which is what we want. All right, a little more upper body work with those gallon jugs or weights. We're gonna do a curl press, so a bit of a 2-part movement here. As we begin to curl, we wanna keep your palms essentially facing more forward, and those elbows are gonna be glued to your side. And as we come up to the top of that curl right there, we then transition into an overhead press. And as you press overhead, it's important not to lean back and arch into it. You want to really think about crunching down into the abdominal squeeze to help protect that back and to help give your core the stability that it needs to do the movement overhead. So again, we're going curl, press. You can always, in the later sets if you need to, alternate the arms as you go through these, but try to keep them going at the same time as long as you can. And because what workout wouldn't be fun without a higher heart rate element, we are working to wrap up a round with jump rope. So if you don't have a jump rope, you can easily substitute some jumping jacks, or if you don't have that, or you don't have the ability to be springy on your feet, you can always find some other higher heart rate movement to get that heart rate where we want it to. So we've got 45 seconds here, nice relaxed positioning with the hands just slightly out in front. You can see sometimes even Caitlin will trip up, that's okay. Just get it right back behind you, get it swinging around again. Notice we don't want to jump too high here, that's wasted energy. We'll want to keep that light hop just high enough to get that rope underneath, those relaxed arms at the side with that little flick of the wrist. So almost through that 45 seconds. And good. Okay, so we've got one round down. Remember, we're looking for a total of 5 rounds here. So try to keep that pace moving, really, savor those 15-second recovery periods, but that should be your transition time to your next movement too. So try not to hang out too much. Be sure to post a sweaty selfie in the Facebook group, and we will see you in the next workout.